Devora Schulman here, registered nurse and board certified nurse coach. And I'm here to talk with you about a tip for overcoming your overeating. Now, this is not necessarily for everybody, but for somebody who is a hardcore, very strongly susceptible processed food addict, this is this is for you. If you're someone who intuitive eating works for, then fine. I admire you. I wish it worked for me. It doesn't. But I also want to say that there is absolutely no physical need whatsoever for eating junk food. We need we need food. We need to get a certain amount of we need water, we need fiber, we need carbohydrates, we need protein, we need fat, we need micronutrients that are in food that we don't even know what they all are. So, let alone being able to make them. And I don't think we will ever know what they all are, which is why I think whole food is really the best. But besides that, I also want to say we don't need junk food. I know people want to know what is processed food. If you take broccoli and you steam it, you take it apart, isn't it processed? If you take a sweet potato and you roast it, isn't that a form of processing? If you take a potato and cut it up and boil it, isn't that processing? I think we all know what highly processed food is. And it's not something that you pick up in the produce section of your store. So I it's it's what we always called junk food. Let's face it, that is what it is. It is what it is. So we don't physically need it. Now, if somebody is really, really, really susceptible, and there are tests that you can actually take, there is the Yale food addiction scale, there's the version 2 revised. You can take these tests. There's the American Psychiatric Association, the DSM, the Diagnostic Statistic Manual, text revision 5. They have a section for substance abuse disorder. And while they don't mention food or processed food, they're referring more to alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, opioids. They're referring to those types of things. They're not referring to food. But if you substitute processed food in there, it makes sense. It just plain makes sense. But anyways, I've been asked, don't you believe in working on the mindset? I 100% do believe in working on mindset, but not as the first thing necessarily. Why do I come up with substitutes or food swaps, healthier versions of, I don't know, mac and cheese, or healthier versions, a carrot dog instead of a frank? Why do I come up with these? I come up with these because it's very hard to quit them cold turkey. And or ice cream. I have my banana ice cream, which you could even make chocolate flavored if you want. So, because I'm a nurse. Now, one of the jobs of a nurse is we give medications and we also do blood transfusions. Now, sometimes, for whatever reason, there's a reaction, an allergic reaction for whatever thing. What is the very first thing that we do when there is a reaction? The first thing we do is not giving Benadryl. The first thing that we do is not giving Tylenol. We do those, but they're not the first thing. The very first thing we do is stop the medication or stop the blood transfusion. We stop it. So, how do we stop the overeating? Some people can just quit cold turkey, but it's hard. It's really hard. It's very simple. Just stop it. But it's not easy. So, to make it easier, we'll do food swaps. Now, over time, our taste buds change. And something that once upon a time we may have loved, all of a sudden, months, it could be days for some people, it could be weeks, it could be months, it could be over a year for some people. Take that into your mouth and like, ooh, whoa, that's sweet. How could I have ever liked that so much? You'll take something like, let's say, a Japanese sweet potato, and you'll eat that, and whoa, this is so good. I can't believe how good this is. But we don't necessarily get there. And once we're there, we have to work hard to stay there. And that's where the mindset work comes in. Because I don't know about you, but I'm not an angel. I'm a human being. I am imperfect. And what do I do when, and I'm not going to say if, I'm going to say when I'm not 100% perfect? Do I beat myself up? Do I decide to starve myself afterwards? No, that's not what I do. I examine it and I look at it as a learning experience. I pick myself up and I go further. Again, I've said it before, the route from point A to point B is not a straight line. It could be 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. 3 steps forward, 5 steps back. And it's a lifetime journey. I want to be there with you. I am in this journey. Maybe I'm a few steps ahead of you, but I'm also in this journey. And I know what the pitfalls are. I know what has to be done. I know what can be done. I have done. If I can do it, then with support, so can you. Find out more about my coaching. I have a website. Check out devoraschulman.com. Go and get my recipe plant-based food swaps. It has some delicious versions and healthy versions of some of the food that you love. Try them. It's not going to be the exact same thing, but this will help you get through. This will help you overcome this overeating so you can work on the mindset. Will you ever be able to take that 1 square of bittersweet chocolate into your mouth and slowly savor it? Maybe. I can't. And you know what? I accept myself, and it's okay. And you can also accept yourself. So contact me. You can even text me. I'll have everything in the show notes, all the contact information. Check out my Facebook page, check out my Instagram, subscribe to my email newsletter, and which is I put out every week, and it's interesting reading. It's not too long, it's not heavy, and hopefully it's entertaining, and hopefully it's helpful. I want to help you.